Hey, it's your boy Alpha Sports Room back with another one. We got Jaylen Brown. Yes, Jaylen Brown, the most disrespected player in NBA history. I don't think any NBA player has been disrespected at the level that Jaylen Brown has been disrespected in terms of someone who knows how to win, someone who's done it at the highest level, won Finals MVP, carried the guy that they forced to be the superstar, the face of the league, Jayson Tatum, carried him and turned him into a champion. People don't want to credit him that basically because it basically discredits or lowers Jayson Tatum's value in their mind, and that's the guy that they consider to be the guy. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like it's wholeheartedly a lot of it is deeply rooted in a little bit of racism mixed with a little bit of colorism. Not only is Jaylen Brown one of the most intelligent basketball players to touch a basketball academically, but he is also one of the most talented basketball players, period, if not the best player on both ends of the basketball. If we're counting all 48 minutes or however many long the NBA minutes are, right? If we count every minute that he dribbles the basketball compared to another player, he's doing more defensively. A lot of those championship runs that people don't realize that the Celtics had, I've seen Jaylen Brown run around the entire court guard 1 through 5. All right. Anytime anybody got beat, he's always there helping. He's always putting his hand in the cookie jar. Then he always goes, steal the ball, and does an athletic ass dunk, and nobody gets his hype, right? But when Jayson Tatum just does a regular tomahawk dunk, the whole crowd going crazy. It's already been established before Jaylen Brown even did anything successful that he was going to be a Robin. It makes no sense to me. And then this is not even just about trashing Jayson Tatum, because it's not about trashing Jayson Tatum. It's about more trashing the media and the NBA fan base that runs with the media narratives, right? So the NBA fan base is the fan base that watch basketball all the time, right? Somehow, some way, they're still casuals in the terms of how their takes come about. Most people look at Twitter, look at ESPN, look at Stephen A. Smith, look at Shannon Sharp, hear them say 3 words, and then that's their opinion as well. And that's the problem with the NBA. Then you'll have people who are troll narratives just trying to get clicks and views. People will run with those narratives as well. The whole Jaylen Brown doesn't have a left hand was a complete lie. If you watch basketball, you cannot make it at that level in basketball without having your off. It's just no freaking way, right? As much as you guys feel like a lot of players dominate with one hand in the ball, they do that because it's the easiest, all right? It's not because they cannot do it. That's number one. Number two, Jaylen Brown, any little thing that he does, it gets under like some microscope. And all of a sudden, you guys are just, oh my God, look at him. His hair is dyed. Who the hell cares? LeBron James put on Just for Men every day. He has a full gray hair when when he's in the off season. Then in the season starts, he has a full black hair on his top of his head and his beard, and nobody says a word. But Jaylen Brown, let him take care of himself when it comes to his hairline or when it comes to whatever he wants to do as a human being, right? He can get tattoos for all we care. You guys are dissecting, oh, the tattoo color is blue. Why isn't it green like the Celtics? Oh, there's something wrong with Jaylen Brown. That's the mentality that I hear when it comes to Jaylen Brown conversations. I think is extremely rooted in a lot of hate, because a lot of you guys wanted Jayson Tatum to be what Jaylen Brown is, right? A lot of you guys wanted Jayson Tatum to lead the Celtics to the playoffs by themselves and damn near almost won if it wasn't for Jayson Tatum coming back and ruining that goddamn rhythm, right? A lot of you guys wanted Jayson Tatum to win Finals MVP and be the Celtics' greatest Celtic ever. Well, guess what? He's not. He's not. He's not the greatest Celtic ever. All right. He's not. He's not even the best Celtic in the last 10 years because we got Jaylen Brown. And I'm not a Celtics fan. But I grew up watching KG. That was my team. When I was growing up, the first team that I ever saw in my entire life was the 2009, 2008 Boston Celtics. And I fell in love with basketball, right? I was around 8 or 9 years old. I was already in love with basketball before that, but it's like your first memories of the first game that you put on. It's like me with the Eagles. Like the Eagles, my dad used to watch the Eagles, so now I remember the Eagles colors. I love the Eagles, right? And the Celtics were that at one point. It was like I love the Celtics because of KG, Paul Pierce, Rajon Rondo, Ray Allen. Come on, the list goes on. Beast team. Nobody's clowning KG for being dominant or Paul Pierce for not being like. No, nobody was doing none of this separation thing that y'all doing now all of a sudden with the Boston Celtics because Jayson Tatum isn't the KG of the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? You never hear Paul Pierce get mad at what KG was getting or the media getting mad at what KG was getting or vice versa. It was never, you see how they talking on podcasts right now? They be chilling. It's a vibe. They real homies. But to me, I feel like the media has destroyed Jayson Tatum's and Jaylen Brown. I don't know if it has destroyed their friendship, but it definitely alters how you would even look at that person in the locker room, knowing damn well anything you do, the media is going to just amplify them and destroy you. How do you be great? That's why I respect Jaylen Brown as not a player, but also as a human. Because how do you be great in a world where everybody wants you to fail and wants somebody else to be the winner and be the victor or be the captain or be the savior? How do you win like that? And people don't never give credit to players who overcome adversity or overcome hatred. Yeah, I was talking about this man left hand forever. He literally got the entire Celtics to the playoffs when they were, I thought they were going to be a bottom 11 seed. And it wasn't because of Jaylen Brown. I just thought that he had nobody else. Peyton Pritchard, he led Peyton Pritchard to the playoffs. Who else is on the Boston Celtics that we know? I'm not even trying to trash none of the players. I'm just saying, literally, there is nobody that steps out on the stat sheet paper that's like, oh man, Jaylen Brown got that guy. He got that guy off the bench. He got Nas Reed. You know what I'm saying? He got Dylan Harper off the bench. You know what I'm saying? No, that has never been the case. And people never give credit. That's why I love the fact that he came out after the season and was like, yo, this was my favorite season. Because for me personally, it showed what I'm able to do by myself without nobody trying to be like, oh, this guy is the real guy or that guy is the real guy. And he led a team that everybody counted out to the playoffs. It wasn't about the accolades. It was about winning as much as possible. And that's the type of player you're going to get with Jaylen Brown. So the headlines that are reading that his value isn't that high around the league, and then an analytics guy tell me, I don't like the fact that we allow analytics people to change the narrative of what a player's value is when you can literally look with your own two eyes. You can literally look with your own two eyes at what Jaylen Brown is good at. And you know what? It's crazy. They treating him just like Kyrie Irving. In terms of anybody that's a free thinker that doesn't go along with the plan of whatever the program is. I don't know. Like keep y'all dumb. I don't know. But he seems like a extremely educated, well thought out guy. You know what I'm saying? Someone that literally cares about their work ethic. I see him literally work out underwater. Who was working out underwater? That so it's like I know mad athletes probably work out underwater, but Jaylen Brown, the way he even presents himself to the world isn't a bad person. And it's like they're making him seem like he's the worst thing on the planet Earth. Look how they got John Morant stock, right? They got John Morant looking absolutely insane, right? He's like, oh, his trade value is absolutely zero. Nobody wants him. Meanwhile, anybody who knows basketball knows that if you get that dude on the court, everybody's gonna stop and watch. Everybody's gonna stop and watch. He's what the NBA wants is more money, right? But they don't want to promote players that generate that box office money. It seems like the NBA wants to promote, or NBA media, whoever is in control, wants to promote who they want to promote, like who they like personally. If you come in with something that they don't like, then you're not being pushed. And not only are you being pushed, you're gonna be fed a bunch of negative news in the media. And the media is gonna let the fans uh carry it on. Like it's like soon as they pop it out, the fans gonna carry it no matter what. Whether they like it or not. Even the comments that's defending it, even me having this conversation, they want this. And that's the most disturbing part about today's NBA is that it's more about the slideshow rather than the actual show itself. And for me, Jaylen Brown is one of those players that we have to tip our hats off to because not only does he back it up, he's one player that extremely disrespected. And I feel like as NBA fans, fans that actually care about the sport and growing the sport and keeping the sport as at its authentic or as authentic as possible, need to wrap their arms around Jaylen Brown. Let him know that he's appreciated. Let him know that we see what they're doing. We're not in control. We know that there's an NBA media thing going on, and we know that the analytics and the Steinbergs and all of this stuff like that is trying to make you out to look like a villain, even though you have done nothing to destroy our community. But constantly they continue to target our best black athletes, honestly. Because you don't hear this about no Luka Doncic who doesn't play defense at all, at all, at all. Jokic doesn't play defense at all. Literally won an MVP, didn't win a championship, or was about to win the MVP again this year and lost to the Timberwolves. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. They don't hold that same fire, that burn, that negative Nancy conversation, or you don't hear quotes about, oh, we think that Nikola Jokic is overrated, or analytically it doesn't make sense how he's so analytically perfect, but it don't equate to wins. We don't see none of those quotes like that, but we'll see a Jaylen Brown quote after a successful year to the Boston Celtics. That was a successful year. You were supposed to be a lottery pick team and you got to the playoffs. That is not a failure. See what I'm saying? Then your quote unquote best player comes back and he's able to produce off of Achilles, whatever injury he had. He came back so fast just because Jaylen Brown was doing everything. He might have low key won a championship by himself if, to me, Jayson Tatum didn't come back and ruin everything. He would have made it to at least the Eastern Conference Finals. Honestly, in my honest opinion. So when you take all these stuff in consideration, you take the fact that the NBA media is against successful black players that kind of have their own free thought and their own free thinking and able to kind of move and maneuver um, through the outside world that's not a part of the NBA in a different, more mannerized way that kind of seems more like a role model than anything, then you're kind of belittled a little bit. You know, that's the enemy that's the person they want to make the enemy and the villain. But then they want to make people who literally take off on the other end of the basketball court, they want to make them the superheroes, right? So Jaylen Brown, just want to let you know, you the GOAT, you raw as hell, you know what I'm saying? And you are the best player in the league, pound for pound in terms of both sides of the court, in terms of clutch gene, in terms of leading a team damn near by yourself. You have all of these on your resume that a lot of players in the NBA cannot say that they have. And a certain type of toughness as well that I feel like the NBA does not have that I do see Jaylen Brown exudes. So in my opinion, the NBA, you're extremely nasty for not holding your arms around your player and coming out with statements defending Jaylen Brown as much as the statements that are used to tear him down. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. It's being boy Alpha Sports Room. Back with another one. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And let me know if you want more videos like this. This is our honest, raw takes, no filter. You know what I'm saying? We try to keep it as authentic as possible. We love the sport of basketball, honestly, and we want the sport of basketball to grow, but we want it to grow authentically and not inauthentic or forced. And we don't want manufactured players to be propelled to the stardom. We loved when basketball was all about doing it on the court and becoming a star on the court.